Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday afternoon, May 1st. Well, the sun is showing a little bit of life in the last few days, and it'll be interesting to follow over the next several days to see if there is a solar flare that could have an impact on the Earth's upper atmosphere. This is the year that is the expected solar maximum for the current solar cycle, number 24. However, the sun has been rather quiet for much of the year so far. In fact, NASA has not recorded a single X flare, which is their highest level of classification for the strength of solar flares. And there has yet to be a recorded X flare this year, which is quite common during the peak of solar cycles. But perhaps over the next 5 or 10 days or so, we will experience an X flares. Again, there's quite a bit of activity on the sun, not only on the visible side of the sun, but we'll see in a moment the NASA stereo spacecraft actually recorded a coronal mass ejection on the far eastern limb of the sun, and that active area will be rotating into position to face the Earth directly over the next week to 10 days or so. Well, here's a current look of the center part of the sun facing the Earth right now from the last few days, and there's really 3 different areas of sunspots. Right here is one. Here's a second one, and finally a third one is rotating into view right now. Any one of these harbors the energy, according to NASA scientists, that can produce a solar flare over the next couple of days. But again, perhaps of more interest is what's happening on the far eastern limb of the sun that will have an impact on the Earth perhaps next week, and we'll focus in on that over the next couple of minutes. But again, a little bit of activity, a little bit of life here on the sun with several different sunspot regions now visible. Well, here's a current still image of the sun, and here are those 3 different sunspots regions we just saw rotating around. And again, any one of these can cause a solar flare over the next couple of days. And here's a 4th one that just rotated in review over the last day or two. Now, what's interesting is what is perhaps lurking out here on the eastern limb of the sun. And let's now move to a video loop of a coronal mass ejection that was captured by the NASA stereo spacecraft earlier today. And here it is, a video loop from the NASA stereo spacecraft. These are 2 different spacecraft that give us a really nice 3-dimensional view of the sun. And this captured a coronal mass ejection earlier today on May 1st on the far eastern limb of the sun. And this particular area, obviously an active region, will rotate into view over the next couple of days, and by next week or so will be directly facing the Earth. So there's potential for some real activity on the sun in terms of solar flares, not only with the currently visible sunspot regions, but with this active region right here that will rotate into view over the next few days. So we'll continue to monitor all this at the siweather.com over the next week to 10 days or so. But again, the sun is showing a little bit of life here in what is supposed to be the solar maximum for solar cycle number 24. That's it for now for the siweather.com. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.